Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Monday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. And we do also cover the big Pokemon news that cards are set to get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day. In honor of me getting another unknown, I now have a P and a B for PokeBeard. What unknown letter do you guys think looks the absolute coolest? Let me know down below. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Platinum Protectors. Platinum Protectors is the only case that I use for any of my collectibles. Yeah, they have cases for anything you can think of. Action figures, comic books, die-cast, Funko Pops, trading cards, and video games. When it comes to trading cards, they have so many different options. They got Lorcana, One Piece, they got the cheaper cases that are a couple dollars, they got the nice thick acrylic cases, they got top loaders, they got graded card sleeves. They have anything you can think of. And then too, if you click my link in the description, you can get 10% off your first order of $50 or more. So definitely check them out. Then, of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your very first time, you can click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25, and you receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. But all right, let's get into it. We have celebrations, checking the regular ETB. Not a ton of movement since last week, just up a little bit. Last sold 280, 295, 280, 289, 271. The low looks like about $268. But yeah, I'd legit bet money on it. This is going to be a $350, $400 ETB once we actually get the 30th anniversary. And we have the Celebrations UPC. Last sold for this, $948, $940, $935, $925. And the collector chest, market price $138, that's still going up. Last sold now $149, $149, $135, $142. So that's almost about $150. Anything else sticking out? Now the Celebrations Charizard V box, market price is over $100. The Sylveon is right there also. And we might as well check the premium figure collection. Sometimes has a couple high sales. Last sold 190, 190, 199, 195. Wow. All right, we got Evolving Skies, the regular ETB, bouncing back. This is the Umbreon one. Now last sold 400, 393, 400, 450. This got down to about like 350, 360 for honestly a couple months. Then we have the regular booster box. This is at 25, went down to 2186. Now last sold 2750. It says minty first print Evolving Skies. Otherwise 25, 25, 2450, 2550. We got one low one at 2200, and if you want 36 loose packs of Evolving Skies, it's going to cost you $1,500. Next, Crown Zenith. Look at that booster bundle. Market price 152. Now last sold 149, 159, 165, 158. It's funny, this booster bundle sat on Pokemon Center for months. I remember buying it like 4 different times. And I'm like, I'm still shocked this is still in stock. Crown Zenith ETB, last sold 245, 250, 251, 230. Kind of leveling out now, the last week and a half. And the Sea and Sky Premium Collection. This is still just slowly going up, just like the ETB. Now last sold 265, 265, 250, 249, 222. So right there with the ETB, basically. And got to check my Moltres tin. Love these. Last sold for this one now, 117, 105, 195. We've got a bunch at 117 and one at 105 for the last couple weeks. And where is the mini tin display? Probably on the next page. There it is. I feel like a lot of people forget about these mini tin displays. Last sold for this one, 350, 349, 300, and 279. Next, we have 151. Booster bundle market price 122. Let's check the 151 mini tin display. Last sold for this now 335, 331. So we got 32 of them at $342. That is so many. Wow. This was $266 at the very end of December. And the 151 poster collections right about $50. Alakazam, little over 75. Zapdos EX market price now 72. And the regular ETB kind of leveling out a little bit, but last sold 450, 439. One low one at 425 and one high one at 499. And got to check the UPC. Last sold for this 600, 715, 636, 710. And this was just at $589 at the very end of January. And Pokemon Center ETB. This thing's definitely going to be over $1,000 so soon. Last sold now, $982, $980, $983, $910, $915. And we do have one sale at $1,000, but that was 3 weeks ago. All right, we got Prismatic Evolutions, regular ETB. Doing work. Last sold for this, $150, $143, $138, $159. And definitely got to check that Pokemon Center ETB. I think that one is starting to move. I hate when the chart is all messed up. Last sold for this one now, $419, $353, $399. That's what it was. Someone messaged me that there was a $420 sale for that box. And we have the SPC. Last sold for this one, $290, $285, $280, $299. I feel like a lot of people forget about that SPC when they think about, all the UPCs and stuff. All right, and the booster bundle we will check because that is still kind of going up. Last sold now, $69, $59, $75, $72. Someone got 5 of them at $72. And we have Destined Rivals. So booster bundles up a couple dollars. I had a feeling those are going to start moving now. And the booster box kind of leveling out because that did get all the way up to about $600. Now that sold $558, $545, $560, $550. Kind of leveling out right around $550. Regular ETB still going up though. Last sold $185, $195. I have a feeling it's going to get to $200 and kind of hang out there, which is crazy for a brand new ETB. And the PC ETB is also moving. This is at $295. Now last sold $424, $422, $400, $395, $399. And we are jumping to Fusion Strike now. We got the Fusion Strike booster box. This is at $843. Now last sold $1,075, $1,050. A couple at $999 and a couple more at $1,000. Next, we have the Obsidian Flames regular ETB. That was it for booster boxes. All the booster boxes have completely leveled out. None are going down. None are really going up. It's kind of crazy. But the Obsidian Flames regular ETB making another little run. That sold now $165, $175, and $170. Next, we have the regular Fusion Strike ETB. This is at $225. Now last sold $267, $260, $278, and $255. Then we have the regular Lost Origin ETB. This is at $132. Now we got to sell $159, $155, and $145. And the regular Silver Tempest ETB. This is at $87. Now last sold $119, $105, $110. I'm telling you, all of these regular Sword and Shield ETBs, the sets that have the alternate arts in them, soon they're all going to be $120. Soon they're all going to be $150. Then they're going to be like $180. Then they're going to be over $200. And then you guys are going to wish you bought some of them at $100. So at $100, a 5-year-old ETB of a very popular set is not a bad idea at all, I promise you. Next, we have the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. This is at $273. Now last sold $321, $345, $370. Haven't heard anyone mention this box in like 6 months. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB bouncing back again. Got down to $178. Now last sold $206, $203, $200. And we got one at $185 with a picture and $199 with a tear. Next, we have the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETB. Got down to $137. Now last sold $128, $138, $135, $136, $147, $157, and one random high sale at $250. Next, we have the regular Paldean Fates ETB. I don't know why I didn't put these in order. This is at $235. Now last sold $305, $295, $303. Ton at $303. Next, we have the Paldean Fates Pokemon Center ETB. I'll put these two next to each other. This is at $406, dropped down to $380. And now last sold $420, $417, $390 with a hole, and a bunch more at $417. Next, we have the Fusion Strike Pokemon Center ETB. Got down to $340. Now last sold $380, $407, $410, $395. And the Surging Sparks Pokemon Center ETB was at $240. Dropped down to $195. We got a last sale now at $227, $218, and $329. That is extremely high. Next, we got some UPCs. Here is the original Charizard UPC. This is at $382. Now that sold $499, $500, $500, $499, and then one random low one at $395. But most of them are about $490-ish. Next, we have the Terapagos UPC finally making a little run. This thing has been $160 now for months. And now that sold $175, $180, $181, $199. Remember, not the best promos in this box, but it does come with a ton of packs. We're talking 18 packs, and yes, it is a little bit more of the earlier Scarlet and Violet stuff, but still, it's very fun to open. Not a terrible box at all. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X. Just what I was thinking. As soon as you can't find them in the store anymore, they're going to go up in price. And this thing was at $190, went down to $138, and now last sold $160, $156, $165. Not bad at all. I think I put this on like 10 different buy now videos when it was at like $135. And we have the Team Rocket's Moltres UPC. I'm upset I wasn't able to get more of this at the 170, 180. It just went up so quick. This is at 248, went down to 175. Now last sold 200, 229, 206. And we have the Arceus UPC making another run also. This is at 250. Now last sold 295, 299, 300. And we have the Heavy Hitters Black and White Premium Collection. Pretty cool little box. This was at $75. Now last sold 103, 99, 98. And here is 151 Blooming Waters. Was at 170. We got sales now at 225, 229, and 220. Now we're getting to some cards. We got some illustration rares. Here is the beautiful Yveltal. This was at $17, dropped down to 13. We got sales now at 19, 19, 14, 15, 17, and 18. And here's the Bulbasaur from Mega Evolution. It's got down to 12. We got a sale now at 19, 15, 14, and 16. And we have the Baxcalibur making another little run. If you guys remember, if we go back a year, this thing was $53. I think it even got higher than that. Dropped down to 13 or 12 bucks. Now last sold 15, 17, one at 23, one at 34, three of them at 25. So people are trying to manipulate this card again. I'm guessing it's the people who bought a ton the first time around when it went up in price, and they're probably trying to get their money back. Next, we have the Ninetales, still one of the best illustration rares in my opinion. And I was going to be getting a life-size Ninetales, but the tail was too difficult to make. So I am now getting a life-size Houndoom, which I do think Houndoom is cooler than Ninetales. I just think Ninetales is a lot more beautiful than Houndoom. In my opinion, here's a super hot take. I think Houndoom is actually cooler than all the evolutions. I'm probably going to get some hate for that. But Ninetales was a $19 card. Now last sold 21, 24, 25, 33. A couple more at 32. Next, the Poliwhirl. I really enjoy when they give love to those middle evolutions. I actually like Poliwhirl more than Poliwrath. This was at $18. Now last sold 25, 24, 27, 35, 33. That was a ton of sales just in the last couple days. And we have the Horsey from Shroud of Fable. Kind of a sleeper card, just slowly moving up. This is at $19. Now last sold 27, 29, 24, 28, 35. And the Dragonair from 151. A ton of 151 cards are going up. This is at about 22, 23. Now last sold 25, 29, 30, 39, 33, 34. And the Chansey from Twilight Masquerade got down to about $27. Now last sold 35, 29, 30, 31, 32. And the Drowsy making another run, got down to 28. Now last sold 35, 33, 37. And we got the War Turtle from 151, was about $29. Now last sold 35, 38, 39, 43. And the Psyduck. Last sold for this one now $51, 51, 39, 42, 37. Another one at 51. Wow. And the Charmeleon was at 32. Now we got sales at 43, 44, 42, 46. So the Psyduck is outselling the Charmeleon. And the Pikachu with another line going straight up at the end there. Last sold now 49, 44, 47, 54. One sale at 90. I can honestly see this card being a $100 card one day. Now I'm going to say it again, like I've said it 5,000 times. This Pokemon card has the most Generation 1 Pokemon in one card in Pokemon history with the Gengar and the Blastoise in there, which is pretty epic. Next, we have another $50 illustration. We have the Mousehold. This thing's always pretty expensive. Now we got to sell at 69, 55. Another one at 53, another one at 64. And then a couple in the high 40s. And we have the T-Tar. Bouncing back. This was at $50. We got a sale now at 61, 62, 59, 58. And the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade got down to 54. Now last sold 59, 61, 64, 85, 59. And the Raichu from Paldea Evolved was at $49. Now last sold 62, 58, 59, 63. And the Squirtle from 151. As I said, all the 151 cards are moving up. This is at 43. We got a sale now at 60. Ton of them at 60. Another one at 65, 66, and one at 69. Next, we got some SIRs. Not a ton of movement for some SIRs. A lot of them are just completely leveled out. But the Venusaur got down to 70. Now last sold 83, 109, 87, 70. I'm telling you, there is a world where Venusaur is a $150 card and Blastoise is $175 and Charizard is $500. It's very possible. And we have the Blastoise, was at $81, dropped down to $67. Now last sold $100, $99, $112, $95, $90, $99. Ton of sales in the high 90s. And we have the Charizard, just like I said, all three of them are going up, was at $229. Now last sold $290, $283, $277, $306. And if we go check the 1 year, the high was about $303. So we're getting very close to that 1 year high again. Next, we have the Sylveon EX from Prismatic, just bouncing back a little bit. It literally got down to like $300. Now last sold $310, $310, $308, $321. So it's up like $10 more, which is kind of disappointing to see. I was really hoping this card would get down to like $250-ish, because I know a lot of people are still waiting. And we have the Team Rockets Mewtwo bouncing back. Was at $367. Now last sold $416, $444, $433, $445. And if we check the 1 year, the high was $585. All right, we got a couple Gallarian Gallery cards. Here is the beautiful Lapras. Was at $10. We got a sale now at $14, $15, $18, and $16. And we have the Crown Zenith Mew, one of the best Mews we've ever gotten. This is at $25. We got a sale now at $43, $37, $41, $39. So happy some of these non-textured cards are finally getting some love because they're perfect. And we have the Deoxys VMAX here from Crown Zenith. This was at $42. We got a sale at $44, $59, $46, $63. And the Leafeon V-Star doing work, was at about $53. We got a sale now $63, $60, $55, $57. And here is the Pikachu with Gray Felt Hat promo. Bouncing back a little bit, got down to $500. Now last sold $650, $640, $649, $550. Another one at $650. And we have the Pink Mew EX SIR from the 151 UPC. This is at $46. Last sold now $59, $58, $60. Another one at $60. Here we got one sealed at $70. Just know, a lot of times when it's a sealed promo, especially of a nicer promo like this, a sealed version is going to be worth a little bit more. And just know if you buy one of these promos online, it's almost guaranteed to not come sealed. So just be careful when you're selling these cards or buying these cards. And we have the Team Rockets Moltres EX promo. This got down to $44 and kind of leveling out now, pretty much all right at $59 or $60. And last on the list, we're just going to check a couple of the Ascended Heroes prices here. So here's all of the cards. Gengar, still the top dog, market price $828. Mega Charizard Y, market price $663. Mega Dragonite EX, market price $565. Pikachu EX, market price $516. Mega Dragonite EX, $459. Pink Pikachu, $370. Team Rockets Mewtwo, $336. Lily's Clefairy, $247. Feraligatr, $195. And Zoroark, $167. Pheasantipity, $138. Iono's Bellibolt, $135. Marnie's Grimmsnarl, $128. Steven's Metagross, $115. And the Meganium, $109. The Deontay, $110. Frostless, $107. Hawlucha, $104. Emboar, $97. And then, of course, the Psyduck, still about $85. And the Canary, $83. Mega Scrafty, $83. Iris's Fighting Spirit, $75. And the Full Art Mega Gengar at $68. And the second most expensive illustration rare is the Team Rockets Mimikyu, market price right around $32. Followed by the Erika's Tangela at $30, which that market price was just $28 the other day. So that card is actually up a couple dollars. So a ton of value in this set, honestly. And this is definitely one of the best sets we've gotten in the Mega Evolution era and the Scarlet and Violet era for sure. Let me know down below, do you guys think this set is actually better than Destined Rivals? I mean, just look at the top 15 cards, even top 20 cards. And you compare that to Destined Rivals. I mean, does it take the cake? I think I like Ascended Heroes slightly more than Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals does have the Team Rocket nostalgia with it, though, which is super cool. But then again, we're also getting the Team Rockets Mewtwo in here. We're getting multiple Pikachus. I mean, it's a pretty crazy set when you really, really think about it. And again, don't just automatically come to TCG Player and buy these cards, especially when they're brand new like this and we still haven't even gotten like our ETBs and stuff. you can get them so much cheaper on eBay, especially if you send offers and stuff, because people are afraid these cards are going to drop so fast that they're willing to, you know, drop it a little bit to just sell it right away at these prices. You know, if the pink Pikachu's market price is $370, I can guarantee you can get one at like $300 on eBay. So always try eBay first if you're buying these cards right away. And remember, try not to buy these cards right away because they will get much cheaper. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Market Monday. If you guys like this content, you guys want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last vending video, which my vending videos are getting better and better, click this one here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.